Let the show begin. Let the world collide! Come on, we can do it! Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin? Let the show begin.
Crumble!
Look at this.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of...
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt.
Finally. After all that effort, I've found I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10...
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can any...
Since we have a contract...
Then let's move on, shall...
Yoo-hoo! By royal decree, scatter! La 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 la! Oh. Hi.
Gather! Rise! Just a simple ruler.
This, if I remember correctly...
Indeed. But the god of... When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better.
Well then, according to our...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I... And this girl has been useless.
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mecha... Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I...
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You...
Pay your dues.
I will have order. Midnight Phantasm.
Strike a pose! to shine!
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your... You are not worthy to continue any further into...
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological yeah, good.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, when people see the object of their dreams, I think we should be on...
Huh?
That in truth, not a single...
Why do you...
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or... I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge, and you're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago. When the...
Oh, right! Now that you...
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is... So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't...
Naturally, of course. Come with me. Oh.
Quake! Crumble! Quake! Rise! Crumble!
Odds revealed!
Ready, steady, go!
Rise! Order guide you!
Germinate!
Hi.
Crumble!
Shower me with pain! Ha!
Yeah, huh. Oh, huh. Hi. Huh. Hi.
This is... Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt... The power of this sword surely is much greater. If we can repair the sword, then...
Two pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
This logic!
Zhangli,
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
No! If I only take one half, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhangli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt!
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Come back!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There...
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now. No, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet this is not a matter of wisdom, only age. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Gullion Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances. I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Gullion Forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming. I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. I need to find a better way of stone carvings were one such ancient method. But unchanging stone, immovable...
Zhongli...
Therefore, I thought of you. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, as long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Gullion Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence, we did not measure right and wrong. Of course, as I am now. I will remain here for a while. Though the salt chalice, and if a day comes when he should recover his strength and return. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer. That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer, but now. But if this journey...
Hi, Catherine!
As a matter of fact, Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at...
What is it we have to do?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people?
I have no reason to doubt. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're
As I gaze out... Hey!
I am indeed not.
Huh?
By the...
Right again?
All right. My...
Woo woo! That...
Well, to tell you the truth...
Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to... Last time I... Besides, this guy... I'd go as far to say that there's...
You're a fool if you think you've...
Oh? And why am...
Because Tevet's #1 rock... Ha-ha! Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the storyteller.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there...
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you.
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands...
So,
Take a look around. The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert.
you appear to have taken his
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Paimon just wants to...
I
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, we are at all times adrift in a sea of learning.
Well, we got... Uncle Dai!
Oh. And...
Yep,
Uh-huh. It's no use me...
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the... Young Kun, these are... Longsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli?
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh?
Then they can figure out...
A contest? Why,
I admire your
Stop talking to...
I'm just saying it.
So you're an appraiser.
Well, no. He saw me holding a...
I saw him on my way over to Liyue. I asked him a few questions.
So...
Not exact. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left.
Ah,
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fred,
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. Purity and geologic in the moment of its...
Such a detailed say.
Everything he said is true. Most crystal...
Zhongli,
I've yet to
I've seen many.
Of course not. Uncle Dai,
Very well.
whoa.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, I led a team around...
So 4
Yes. The
workers in this...
underground.
We'll need to explore this.
Very well. I'll wait.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Over here, a pile of... One... Huh. These must be...
The 4 of them have been gone.
There's also a few handkerchiefs.
Items for wash.
So...
Correct. Improbable. There are 4. They had time to take their tools, but not... 1, they were working close. Or 2, they were 4.
Oh.
It's certain...
If they didn't leave... Huh? Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find any?
There's a chunk of ore here.
Or...
Let's find out. Okay.
Looks like he's constant...
I see.
A child?
I'm...
Also,
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I can...
Huh?
Perceive?
You mean you can put your hand on...
I've always sensed that ore contains memories.
Amazing!
It depends on the ore. Core lapis and crystal memories are much...
Stone seeing.
I'm glad based on what I saw.
This will take us north.
North.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I stayed behind. I ended up, maybe...
So the men that... Perhaps an accident...
What an on-site... We found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dai.
You're back. How are the...
We found 3. First, there are...
Forced to?
Who indeed? Those who kept...
Now that you mention, could someone have...
This leads me to...
A child?
Unlikely as it's...
Where did they go?
We believe that they...
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been inval...
Not so fast.
You're right. There are only a few... In the meantime...
Agreed.
All right. Me...
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at...
Correct.
But there aren't...
Wait.
Huh? Oh, yeah! Where's Kun? Oh, protect us. Kunjun, what?
Apologies.
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used...
I'm... In fact, I've been
Oh, Paimon!
It sounded so Perhaps if I can
I see.
Really?
Think nothing.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm.
Great! Let's have a...